Maganda na ginamit na musical instrument ngayon mas sino ay gitara. Because of the music, as an example, guitar. A guitar or any other musical instrument can be both relaxing and irritating. Kung ang gitara ay nasa tamang tono, nagbibigay ito ng magandang tunog at nakakapagpapasaya, nakakapagpatanggal ng pagod, at nakaka-relax. Ngunit, kung ito naman ay wala sa tono, nakaka-irita, ayaw natin pakinggan, at pinapatingin natin kung sino man ang tumutugtog. Dahil kahit lalo, ay nawawala din sa focus o concentration, lalo-lalo na sa misa o sa mga program. Mas mabuti pa hindi na lang tumutugtog. Sabi nga natin, mabuti pa kung wala tayong tumutugtog. Nasa tono o wala sa tono. Mamaya sa Christmas party natin, for sure, maraming sasayaw. Kami mismo, ang presentation na mamaya, kami sasayaw. Mapapansin natin kung sino yung hindi sumasabay sa tamang steps. Yung nawawala sa lugar. Ang tawag namin doon sa norte, kami magayuan, is kontra-kumpas. Kontra-kumpas. Wala sa tamang steps, wala sa tamang lugar, hindi sumasabay sa lugar. This is the message of the gospel today. Tayo ba ay nasa tamang tono? Tayo ba ay sumusunod sa tamang sayaw o kumpas? O tayo ay wala sa tono o kontra-kumpas? This was beautifully illustrated by Jesus in our gospel through the parable. Sabi sa Evangelyo natin, the children react with dismay. Yung mga bata hindi mapakali. Why? They cannot get anyone to join them. Wala silang mapasama sa kanilang mga paglaro. They complain that if they play the flute, no one will dance or sing. And if they sing songs for funerals, nobody cries and mourns. They are at a loss. They do not know what to play. Kasi walang sumasabay sa kanila. This is the same with the comments of the Pharisees and scribes narrated by Jesus. For John came neither eating or drinking. Dumating si San Bautista, hindi kumakain, hindi uminom. Ano ang sinabi ng mga Fariseo o ng Escriba sa kanila? Siya ay pinangalihan ng masamang spirito ng demonyo. But the Son of Man came. Jesus came. Nakikipag-inuman sa mga tao, nakikikain sa mga tao, kung sabi nila, tingnan nito isang loto, matakaw, lasendo, kaibigan ng mga makasalanan, kaibigan ng mga masqueraders. Ano ba talaga? Di ba nakakairita kung minsan na ayaw sa isang bagay na ito, pero ayaw din naman sa kanila? Ano ba talaga ang gusto natin? Ano ba talaga ang gusto natin? Kung panahon na dapat ay magsaya, di dapat magsaya. Kung panahon na dapat ay malungkot, ipakita na tayo ay malungkot din. Nakikidalamhati. Don't be a KSP. Na kung nagsasaya lahat, ikaw naman ay nagmumumo. At kung ang lahat ay nagdalamhati, ikaw naman ay nagsasaya. Wala sa tono kontra-kumpas. Are you in tune with the message of the kingdom of God? Or are you out of tune? My dear brothers and sisters, this Advent season is the best time for us to be in tune with God. Ito ang pinakamagandang panahon para tayo ay sumabay sa tamang tono, sa tamang daan, at sa tamang pagsunod sa kausuhan ng Diyos. Because Advent is precisely the moment of preparation. Panahon ng paghahanda. Ecclesiastes 3:4 reminds us that there is a time to weep, a time to laugh, a time to mourn, and a time to dance. There is a time for everything. Like what was narrated in the Gospel today. That is why Jesus lambasted the Pharisees and the scribes for their hypocrisy. They criticized John the Baptist and considered him crazy. And when Jesus came, they also criticized him and considered him a glutton. For John came neither eating nor drinking, but the Son of Man came and drinking and eating with tax collectors. The Pharisees and the scribes are watching every step of Jesus, and they are fond of criticizing and waiting for the mistakes. Criticisms and fault finding are two tiny acts that open up and damage the spirit of creativity. Kung tayo ay tumitingin naman sa kung ano ang pwede natin i-criticize o kung ano ang anti-acts as they are, yet we often give in to the tendency of criticizing the shortcomings rather than appreciating and affirming the good and the beautiful. We may look at Christmas decorations and say that it is too sparse, or on the other side, too extravagant. We may listen to the choir singing and say that they are too dull or too showy. Ano ba talaga? We need to learn how to look out for the good in others and appreciate the beauty in things. The first reading tells us that God will teach us what is good for us and what leads to the true way. God's ways are demanding and shown in the life of John the Baptist. The life of John the Baptist is really a life following the Lord. Yet, if we're going to look into the life of Jesus, we also see that God's ways are also full of joy and life. We will know when we have learned the ways of God, when we are able to rejoice with those who rejoice, and yet share in the sorrow of those in misery. But finally, the message of John the Baptist and the message of Jesus meet with deaf ears and with stiff resistance. It was because of jealousy and spiritual blindness that the scribes and Pharisees attributed to John the Baptist's austerities to the devil, and they agreed that Jesus' table fellowship as evidence for messianic preference and perception. It was clear that the scribes and the Pharisees are out of tune with the truth and to the will of God, because they don't want to align themselves to the true message of the kingdom. How about us? Are we in tune with the reality of Advent season? Let us not forget, my brothers and sisters, that we are still in the Advent season. Nasa Advento pa tayo. Hindi pa po Christmas. Advent para po lang ng pagkahanda. Ang tungkol pa ngayon ay Advent, hindi pa pang Christmas. Kaya hindi pa po pwede tumutulong ng Joy to the World or Pasko na naman. Magkantay-antay muna. Darating din yan. Don't rush because Christmas will surely come. That's why we must prepare and be ready. Makontento muna tayo sa Alina Jesus, Alina, o kami Manuel. Because these are songs of preparation. Huwag po natin sugaban agad yung hinihintay natin ng Christmas. Why? Because usually, because of our longing to celebrate Christmas, we forget to prepare. We forget to prepare. Importante ang paghahanda. Dahil kung tama at sapat ang ating paghahanda, doon lamang natin mararamdaman at mararanasan kung ano ba talaga ang tunay na kahulugan ng Pasko. Kung tama po ang ating paghahanda, if we are in tune with the Advent season, mabibigyan pansin natin kung ano ba dapat ang kailangan natin paghandaan at ano ba dapat ang kailangan ihandaan. It is a fact and our experience that if we are rushing, we tend to forget many things. We tend to forget small things that we think insignificant, only to find out that at the end, they matter a lot. Halimbawa, ano ba ang mas importante? Yung dekorasyon namin sa bahay o yung regalo mo sa kapamilya mo? Ano ba mas bigyan pansin? Yung pagmimisa sa simbang gabi at Christmas o yung handa mo sa Pasko? Tayo ba ay nasa tono? O parang pinaragawa sa tono na hindi alam kung ano ang dapat gawin, kung ano ang mas importante? At tayo ba ay kontrakompas na hindi marunong sumabay sa tugtog ng impyerno? Therefore, dear brothers and sisters, let us try to evaluate ourselves this after season, and let us try to tune ourselves with God. We still have time, and let us grab this opportunity to really prepare ourselves for the coming of the Lord, so that He may find our dwelling place in us. Kaya, patuloy po, I would like to pose this question to all of us. Tayo ba ay nasa tono o tayo ay kontra-kompas? It's up for you to evaluate